There are 12 different weapon martial art styles you can use in Where Winds Meet, each of which will offer their own unique moves and playstyles, having specific strategies and rotations that will work better for them. In addition to the 13th secret discipline Face the Foot style, I've mostly been enjoying Bell Strike Umbra with Strategic Sword, and the Bamboo Cut Wind Path with Infernal Twin Blades and Mortal Rope Dart. However, the default starting Bell Strike Splendor weapons, the Nameless Sword and Nameless Spear, are absolutely top tier massive damage dealers. Do not discount them just because you start off with them and they're the default styles. I've got a simple loadout comprising of the 4 inner ways that I've chosen, which I've been having a lot of fun with and seem to be doing a pretty good job. This setup is from the perspective of primarily using the Nameless Sword, so if you want to pair it with the Nameless Spear for some synergy or the Panacea fan, that is absolutely fine. It's much more important that you understand the principles behind this so that you can apply them for yourself. I'm going to be making plenty of Where Winds Meet content like this, and I do this for loads of other games too, so if builds and guides are your thing, drop me a sub, but let's not waste any time in maximizing your Nameless Sword OP-ness. As I've mentioned in the other build videos too, this is going to near enough be exclusively focused on the inner way choices, as I don't think it's particularly valuable dwelling on gear too much. It's going to be getting swapped out constantly as the level limits keep getting lifted. You're not always getting the right drops that you need, the right tuning rolls. I've often found myself making do with blue gear because I can't find anything better. With that said, you are going to want to increase your damage as much as you can, minimum and maximum physical attack, minimum and maximum bell strike attack, increasing your affinity, your precision, your critical chance. These are all going to help. Find yourself a decent base piece, tune it up, and then don't sweat it too much. And now let's dive into the main course of this build, the meat and potatoes. We're going to be starting off with the Nameless Sword's own dedicated legendary inner way, Sword Morph, which fires off multiple additional sword energy waves upon doing the fully charged heavy attack skill Vagrant Sword, following on from doing the full string of the martial art Daunting Strike, which then gives you that key shield for 3 seconds. You can in addition consume bonus endurance in order to increase the damage from the sword energy beams, with each endurance increasing the damage by 1% up until a maximum of 20. A huge damage increase on top of the fact that you're firing off more of them. Obtaining the Sword Morph Tome to comprehend the inner way is incredibly straightforward. It is given to you for free as a reward for logging in for 3 days on your Chapter 3 A Warrior's Journey. So just keep turning up, playing the video game, and then it's yours. Next, we've got another legendary inner way. We're going for Morale Chant, which gives you an 80% chance whenever you are attacking or healing to get 1 stack of Yi River, increasing your damage and healing by 1% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. You can only proc it once every 2 seconds. And at tier 1, which we're going to upgrade it to, it will also increase your physical penetration by 2. Now, whilst the 5% damage and healing increase with 2 damage pen might not sound like much, it does really add up and make a difference. Super simple to get, just find the merchant Tang Bao in Blissful Retreat. Once it's destroyed, he's just right by the gate, selling you the Morale Chant Tomes for 500 Jade Echoes each, of which you'll need 10, costing you 5,000, unlocking the inner way for you on the spot. For the breakthrough pages, teleport to the Harbour Link Crossing waypoint, found towards the east of the Kaifeng region. You'll be right there selling them for 200 Jade Echoes a pop, costing you 2,000 for the whole lot, so you can break it through to tier 1 and get that 2 damage pen. For the third slot, it's pretty open, there's plenty of flexibility here, but I've gone for Insightful Strike. Upon dealing affinity damage, which of course will be dependent upon your affinity chance, you will generate focus. When focus is full, you will enter a concentration state for 10 seconds, during which your affinity damage increases by 10%, and when taking hits, there is a 5% chance you will reduce damage taken by 40%. So an excellent damage boosting and damage reducing skill. Yet another one that is super straightforward to obtain. Simply participate in the archery competition at Encircling Lake. You'll be up against Feng Ji Sheng and you'll need to obtain a grade A rating in order to get the tome. And lastly, some very nice synergy with those powerful energy beams we're going to be firing out. We'll be going for Battle Anthem, which increases charged skills damage versus all bosses by 10%. And at the very first breakthrough to tier 1, which I don't quite have yet, it changes it to all enemies. You will obtain the Battle Anthem Inner Way Tome for clearing the Buddha Fort outpost for the first time. time. Nice and straightforward, no convoluted quest chains. And that is the full build. You've got everything that you need to go take it for a spin, so all that is left is to put it into practice. The vast majority of your damage is going to be tied up into those charged sword energy beams that you can fire out, which does require a specific rotation, and it is quite lengthy as well. You will initiate by doing your first skill, the martial skill Daunting Strike, where you will hurl a flying sword before dashing forward after it, and you are going to need to do the follow-through inputs for the skill, unleashing the 2 strikes of Relentless Chase, which deal pretty good damage, have a nice gap close, and very importantly will give you that key shield lasting for 3 seconds. Whilst under the effects of this key shield, again only for 3 seconds, you need to do your heavy charged attack, the Vagrant Sword, and because of Sword Morph, upon fully charging it up to tier 2 and even consuming that additional endurance too, you will fire off multiple energy sword beams which deal an incredible amount of damage, have excellent range, and are capable of hitting multiple enemies. Once you've done the rotation, you're going to need to wait for Daunting Strike to come off cooldown, which is 12 seconds, before you can do the whole thing again. And in between these rotations, during the cooldown, you can use your light attacks, you can do other charge attacks if you want to, but in order to get that thick, big daddy, multiple energy beams attack, you're going to have to go through the whole process. As you can imagine, because of this, during solo play, it's going to require some very large windows to get the whole string off. Lining it up with getting the key breaks and other similar opportunities. Perfectly doable, but it can be tricky. Where it's going to really shine is during the group content during the raids, where you've near enough got free reign just to completely unload, do your full rotations without a care in the world, and your group will benefit from it. You will get a ton of damage out. In particular, it's very useful when you need to burst out a bunch of damage quickly for an objective, such as taking down those wraiths summoned in by Yuan Shan. This one has been super fun, it deals an absolute ton of damage, and it is very flexible as well. If you want to take this with Strategic Sword and just go absolutely insane, you can do that. Maybe take Nameless Spear so you've got better endurance management, that will work great too. Or perhaps the Panacea Fan for some active healing alongside it, or even the Soul Shade Umbrella for some passive healing. I am planning on doing an absolute ton of these builds. You might have caught some of my other stuff with Monster Hunter Wilds or Expedition 33. I really enjoy doing these types of videos, so if builds and guides are your thing, drop me a sub. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.